Which folks, welcome to Oak Swamp and part 6 of the Austin Crosley, a single-seater. Firstly, I'd like to thank everyone who went to the tip jar last week and went and got some of my merch from my shop. Cheers lads. If you haven't been over to my shop, make sure you get over there, and the new Austin Crosley t-shirts are in along with the frog oil and the rat and all the rest of them. So this week's objective is to get the back end in and solid, get some shock absorbers on it, and just generally get it rolling. Anyway, we better get on with it, haven't we? Tuesday night, and I've whipped up to see Joe, and Joe's been busy. Oh my word, mate.
Right. Please tell us what you had in mind.
That's exactly.
Yeah.
Look at that. I've just got to put that on, and there we are.
Where that had the taper on it, that taper currently is locating on there. You've also got the wheel nuts locating as well, and that is a nice fit on that diameter. So even if that does bulk out slightly with the drum on there and that doesn't locate, you've still got that and that. That diameter is registered in there, so that is a nice snug fit in there.
Look at that. What do you think? What do you think? Joe kindly did these. He knows I'm skint, and he kindly did these for me for nothing. I owe him again.
So the other ones, what I've done, they're all the same register, same holes.
Yeah. And
these features are all in there, but they are just currently about that thick and flat.
That's brilliant, mate. Thank you very much, Joe.
No worries.
So Joe is now going to do the front ones, aren't you?
Indeed.
He's got them half made already. He don't mess around. It only took him about 2 days to do these. You're a machine, Joe.
Machinist.
Machinist. Well, how about that? Fair play to Joe. That he's made a really nice job of them, and I can't wait to get them on tomorrow morning. So here they are in the cold light of day, and you can see he's machined a taper down there to take the wheel nuts. He's machined that the same, and that goes in. I just pull up nice and tight. They'll have a drum on there first. The wire wheel adapter just bolts straight to it. Just bang into there like that. What I think I'm going to do now is get this axle welded up once and for good. Put it on the bench, because it's just sort of been tacked together really. But if I can get it on the bench, get these absolutely dead square, then I'll weld up round inside here, and it'll stop it moving completely. So the first measurement I've got to check is to check these are square with one another. They're in line, I've checked all of that, but are they actually square, because he's been moving around a lot. So what I'm going to do on this face there, I'm just going to tack this, and then I'll tack another one there, so it's just flat up against that face, because we know that's square, and then I can measure them and see exactly which side's in or out. That's the idea anyway. If you haven't got a welder, you should always buy a welder, because look at this. This is just like another pair of hands. So what I've been doing is I've been measuring these two, 6, and I've just been going back and back. You see that's 6, 5, 8, and then that's 6, 5, 8 there as well. I've been backwards and forwards, getting it so it's right, looking down the level, and I think that's it now. So I'm going to put a tack back on either side, and I'll take it over there. I'm going to fire some heat into it, weld it right up. Fair bit of heat gone into there. It's going to have another plate on the front as well. The Rattler's calendar is now becoming templates, I'm afraid. So what I'm doing is boxing the I-beam. I think this axle needs to be really rigid. There it is in there. There's a bit of a lumpy fit, but I can wind the old heat up on this anyway, so. Enough noise for one day, but I'll be able to get that back so you wouldn't even know it's there, and it just makes that axle a bit solid. And this wire wheel hub has got bolts that have been pinged over, so I'm having to take them back to nothing so I can wind them out because they're threaded in there. Lovely sunny day today. There's a little trial run on some exterior masonry paint on rubber just to see what it does. I'll leave it like it and just keep making it dirty. It works alright. I'll whiten up the backs of the leaf. Okay, I've got to continue taking these out. I'm having to sacrifice a nut every time. Pulling them down on it, pinching it tight and then pulling them out. It's so sunny today. I'm down to just a t-shirt. And there's a frog oil one. Don't forget to get yours. Okay, so I just nipped off the brackets. That means I can get to this other side. And I'm going to weld up all inside here now. We've got a few hours to fill up. One there, one there, one there, one there, one there. To carry on with this, I'm going to put this seat back on, and that means I can get the rear shocks in place. Okay, I'll split these fellas up, chop them off about here, and then start redirecting them. Okay, these are clamped to the springs. They're going to come back round like that to the edge of the chassis. By being on the edge of the spring, they're going to act like a panel. They're going to stop the spring moving around. They're going to give you a bit of protection between the seat and the spring as well. Okay, I've just tacked those in there, and I tacked that back on again. The seat sits in there just lovely. I've just got a bit of alley, and that's how the seat's going to go. It's going to have a bit of alley there. I'm most likely going to be making this out of alley as well. Same seat, but in alley, because of the weather, really. I'm not going to be using this piece here because the bend in it's just not quite right. Instead, I'm going to be using this piece. It's plenty thick enough, but I've got to wait for some more grinding discs for that. So for the minute, I'm going to open this fella up. I want to get him open, give him a clean, straighten them up, and they'll be ready to go in. One of the woods is broken, look. Absolutely pouring with rain this morning. This fella got a wash. You see I'm starting that seat in alley. I'm going to be continuing with it in alley as well, because just of this occasion, so it can stay outside and it doesn't matter, because it's never going to live inside while it's with me, only while it's being built. But this morning I had a phone call last night from Joe, and he's done the front spacers now, so I'm going to whip up there and go pick them up. If you follow the channel, you'll probably remember Whitey. Remember this fella? He still comes every day. I feed him on top of my van every day. There he goes. Yeah, mate. So how I got to know Whitey, I was stacking some wood over there, and he come down and sat next to me and just sat there for about an hour, and so I fed him, and he comes back every day now. So I'm digging around in my stuff because I wanted to find these trafficators, and these are off the Austin 10, which was the rat and which is the body on the shrew. I'm still using bits and I will continue to. I'll certainly get my money's worth out of this car. Driving up here in the van really makes me want the calmer on the road. Not that it stands unpleasant to drive. This van's banging. I've had it for years and years. I bought it, had 43,000 miles on it, and it's got 91 now. And I've never done anything to it. It's always been really good. Toyota, man. Oh, blimey, it's all outside. Hey! How you doing, Miss?
Hello.
I thought it was going to be raining up here.
It was a bit.
It's pouring down in Southampton.
Oh, is it? Oh, right.
Well,
Coming
they
the
look
right way
cool, don't they?
It's just that bit there. It's causing the issue. The other side I haven't had to modify at all yet.
Look at that. What happens when you hit a bump?
Well, I haven't worked that bit out yet. No.
So we're having a drop down. See how he looks. While he's up in the air, I'm going to quickly take you under, and you can see it's got a narrow jag under there. Jag IRS. Is that a locker, Joe?
No, no.
Ooh, there we go. Look at that. Let's have a look at the other side. Once you get them running boards, that would just blend in lovely, wouldn't it?
Well, that's why I needed to get these on so I can see what the running boards are going to do.
Look how tiny it is in here. Joe's been making his pedal set up because he's kept it as a 4-seater, and he's insisted on having a manual gearbox, so he needed a clutch. He could have made his life so much easier, but he wouldn't. Why would you? Why would you? Let's go around the front there. You can see how cute this really looks. Look at him, eh? Ah, we got the running board in.
Kneeling on it.
It actually probably looks better straight, doesn't it?
That's the next phase.
What's that? What's in there?
Some very expensive tubing.
Oh, really?
Oh yes. I haven't even had a look yet.
Oh, look at those.
Haha.
How much was that?
A lot. Relatively speaking, that was a hell of a bloody lot.
Joe's going to show you why he's got this funky, expensive tubing.
Because there isn't any bloody room.
There's no room in this car. Right, so this is the 215 Rover V8 with some very funky manifolds on it, and this is going to be the downpipe.
So there you go. That then clears everything.
Once you get past here, it all goes big, doesn't it?
Easy peasy then.
Yeah.
The other side's the problem.
Is it worse the other side? You look down there, you got the steering, you got the starter. Where's that? Where?
So this is pre-mods, by the way. This is everything's going to be cut out down there and strengthened elsewhere.
How tight that is.
But you see what I'm getting at?
Not really going to be performance, these manifolds, are they?
No, was never going to happen.
But you know, with restrictive manifolds, what it does, gives it more torque. No, it gives it gives it more torque. You know.
At the end of the
I
day,
think I might have just made that up actually, but are you going to put Holly on her?
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Holly or Carter.
I'll be if the car, the Edelbrock one.
The radiator looks,
Too small.
well, it looks sort of as though it's going to be working hard.
Yeah, but that's why I got the twin fans, and they're going to be wired up in stage. So
I think they're going to be on a lot.
Yep, but that's what.
Are you louving the sides?
Basically, put another pair of.
That's a good idea. Just yeah. Joe watched the one where I put the heater in the Leaf, and he rang me and he said, "You bugger, I've got to have one now." And he got himself one, didn't you? People forget heaters in British cars, and you seriously need them. The Leaf one, flat out, just about gets you a little bit warm. So where he's going?
It's basically going to be going somewhere about there, about that angle. That actually spins it.
Oh,
so I've freed all that up now. So the idea is that's then adding some sort of demisting.
What's going on with the Herald? I see you've been working under here.
BMW E30 differential.
Cool. And it looks like you made the rear cover for it, and these trailing arms,
yeah,
or whatever they're called.
So the diff's mounted on the original Herald mounts, but everything else is adapted to fit.
The reason Joe's put that BMW diff in here is this isn't any 1200 Herald.
On this side, so we've got to be careful.
Look at that in there. It looks right in there, doesn't it? It looks massive compared to the 1200 Triumph horrible engine. So you did this whole conversion, Joe?
So I bought it, someone had started it, and they used the original mounts, and the engine was basically in the wrong place. The bonnet wouldn't even shut. So I bought it thinking, oh, this would be easy to finish, and then I've done everything again. Yeah. So the classic tale, isn't it? But
yeah, unfinished projects, unfinished for a reason.
It was better that way because it's now.
No, it's perfect, isn't it? What's it go like?
Oh, it's fun.
Is it hairy? It must have been really badly geared with the Herald diff in there, wasn't it?
So no, because originally it had a 4.1 in there.
Yeah.
And this thing was beating motorbugs off the line. It was great fun.
Really?
Oh, it's brilliant. But obviously it shut itself at about sort of 70, the engine screaming. So I put another diff, that one blew up, another diff in, sensible gear in.
Yeah.
It's lost all its character. It's still good fun.
Yeah.
So I've gone now to the BMW diff, but back with the 4.1 in there. So
yeah.
It's just going to be an acceleration machine. It's just going to be. I'd love to take it drag racing just to see.
You should.
I reckon it'd be.
We got to go drag racing soon, anyway.
Oh, yeah. I'm
afraid these trafficators, Joe, have still got quite a bit of car attached to them. Right, fella? You right? Been a while since I got on the Herald, and they're cute as hell, and this one's no exception.
Steering wheel.
Little four-seater. No, good car, man. I like Heralds.
Good fun.
I've had quite a few of them in my time. What I like about Heralds is these great huge fins they had on the back, and the rubber bumpers. I used to do a lot of acid when I had Heralds. And it was like driving a canal boat, look, and Joe has done these front spaces, look.
Hopefully that'll fit.
Of course it will, look at that, eh? Look at that.
Yeah.
No, perfect, mate. Thank you very much.
No worries.
Cheers, brother. I can go home and put these on now, and we are rolling. Joe, you've made 3 of them, Mush.
3 of them? I thought you were building a trike.
Were you getting excited, Mesh, or what? There's 3 here. I've only got 2 front wheels.
Well, you know. They might be rubbish. You might need a spare one in case the first one breaks.
How cool is that? Look at that. 3 wheels on my wagon. Joe did all of those spacers for nothing. Fair play to him. You might be asking why Ted didn't do them. Where problem was I really couldn't afford to pay what Ted wanted. I mean, it wasn't out of the way, but it's just more than I can afford. I could have bought a car with a V5 for the price of those wheel spacers.
Train arrives, 16 coaches long. Train arrives, 16 coaches long. Well, it took my baby, but it never will again.
It's rolling on its wheels. Now these spacers he's made are slightly wider than the one Ted made. Now Ted's made me one which I'm going to buy off him anyway, and what I'm going to get him to do is, as Joe's made me 3 of these, I'm going to get him to make this one the same as the one he made, and those 2 that are on there can go on the Austin Big 7 rear axle, and then I've got some wire wheels that go directly on that, so it means I've killed 2 birds with 1 stone. Right, it's Saturday afternoon and I was clearing up my garage and I heard a beep behind me. And look what's arrived at my house. It must be a present. Is this a present for me, Steve?
Birthday present. I've got you a pair of wings for your birthday, he said.
Lovely, look at that.
Hello, mate.
What's happened here is Mr. Brackett was going to be leaving this chassis with me for a while just to sit in the woods while he cleared up. But he's cleared up, as you would have seen if you watched this video last week. Steve didn't get the memo though, so he's about an hour and a bit from me. Nice chassis though, nice big wheels. Hello. What's your name?
Lindsay.
How do you do? There's Steve.
No worries.
You alright, mate?
Always nattering, mate.
Yeah, how are you
Always
getting on?
nattering. Not bad, not bad.
What are you doing in Southampton when you should be in Reading?
Well. So
You
yeah.
fucked up, Chris. But it means we got a quick sneaky peek. We got a sneaky peek at Brackett's chassis before anyone else did. I'm gonna have a good nose round it. Look at that. Oh, look at that. Look at all of that lot. Brakes are still working. Cable brakes with some sort of activator. I better get off or Steve will take me to Reading. Are you giving me these wings?
Yeah, do you want to?
Yeah.
Yeah. They're lovely.
Lovely and rusty.
Look at that. It's saved.
Was
The
it?
original
SO
wheeler.
Blue.
It was dangling on the chassis.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
SO Blue.
So
How did the advert go? SO Blue.
Diesel.
I'm getting opal fruits involved in it in my head. Made to make your mouth water. SO Blue. Made to give you a fucking bad hangover.
80 miles diesel? Got to be it.
More.
You
More
reckon?
than 80
But
miles.
then we didn't go into Reading, we come straight down, then back up that way. Hey, roundabout on it. I'll clock it, I'll let you know.
Yes,
Ding, ding.
the old meter's going up, Steve, isn't it? Have a safe journey, brother.
Right, good to see you,
I
boy.
see you've even got spinners on your truck.
Oh, there. Spinners in my moon pedal wheel while away.
Oh yeah, the
Yeah, the moon pedal.
Yeah,
Sort
you're
the
hot
moon
rodding
pedal.
all the way. See you later, dude.
Right, see you later, mate. Have a good one.
See you, mate. Okay, I don't know where I got to, but today I'm going to put the rear shock absorber on. And possibly the fronts. My idea for the rear is to have him in there like that. There is an issue with this, but I'll explain that later. But for the minute, if I can get him fixed onto there. What this will do as well is stiffen up this back end, and in its own way it'll act like a bit of a panhard, even though the springs are coming in at an angle. This will help. Okay, so this is the other end and it goes in through there, so I use that hole just there. Right, to get it dead central, I don't know if you can see that little dot in there, but I rung this big drill first just to get it dead central, then put a pilot from this side and then I can drill it from this side. These rubbers are a bit dog-eared, aren't they? I bought some new ones at Bewley a while back. And they look so much better. Right, now the front ones. First thing I'm going to do is take them apart and give them a bit of a loosen up. I've loosened this up and now I'm going to cut it off at that point there. Right, this is where I'm going with this. Follows the radius arm. Now I've got to make the black paint and put some gussets in it. Cloudy and a bit chilly. What I think I'm going to have to do with all of these fittings through the chassis is drill holes and put tubes in so it's all nice and strong. I think it's the best way because this is pretty thin. There's quite a lot of pressure goes on these shocks, especially when you've got them tightened up. So I'm going to make the other one of these, and then I've got to make something that comes off of this, I think. Here we go again. That's better, it's warmed up a bit now. So that'll just go up under there. These ends I cut off the shocks, I'm going to use to make where it mounts to the axle. So I'm going to be doing something along that line. Okay, the plan is to do something like that. So what I'm going to do is take this bolt out, and then I'm going to get a seg that goes in there and weld these to it, and then at least it is bolt on offable. Right, this is off a door closer, so I'm going to just whop this down, because the beauty of this, it fits right lovely in the I-beam there, let's see. And these just sit nice and there, look. I'll let them cool down. I'll put loads of weld on just to make sure. I'm going to grind all these up so they fit in there lovely. Get in there. Okay, can you remember I said about this rear shock absorber and there's going to be an issue in the future? Well, moving on to radius arms, which I want to join from this point to here. Now my idea with these is to make them adjustable, right? And then, because it's chain drive, by making the radius arm adjustable, the axle can come backwards or go forwards, and in turn that'll tighten up the chain. But to do that, I need some sort of turnbuckle. So I've gone online, and what I've bought from McGill Motorsport, I bought 2 of these segs, which are threaded left and right hand. 2 of these lovely big clever scissors. These are all 5/8, and they're both right hand. A left and a right hand half nut. They call this piece here a ladder bar adjuster. Here's one I prepared earlier. So this will go on one end of the rod, at the axle, and this will come down to the other end. When you want to adjust your chain, you just loosen the lock nuts, and then as you move this, it moves it out like a turnbuckle would. Happy where you are, lock it off, etc. What I plan to do is, from a fixed point, I'll have a gauge so you can see how far each side has gone, very much like the back end of a motorbike where it has the lines. I'll do the same with this. I went over in the woods looking see if I had a bit of steel, and I do, and it's chunky, man. It fits. I know it's overkill, but what I'm going to do also off of this is I'm going to run all my chain guards. So as this goes up and down, the chain guard goes up and down as well. So I do want this to be reasonably chunky. I didn't really want it to be that big, but it's no bigger than the radius arm on the front. So that's going to sit down there somewhere like that. I've got to make that end fit, make an end for this end. Box this off here and put another bracket in here. Morning.
Hello, mate, how you doing?
Alright.
You Fanatic, yeah?
Yeah, bracket. Much grinding and shaping later. What I'm going to do is just wear these on now. Probably wear these up too. Just had to grind a little bit off of these just to make them fit properly, but they're alright. There's only 1 mil out. Right, there you go. That's going to go somewhere on here. When we get to this end, unfortunately, this isn't going to be any good. So what I'm going to do is take it to the centre of the spring and make a new bracket for just there. And just follow the spring exactly. Okay, I've just cut these two out. And now I've got to put a bit of a curve on this to take onto the axle. Right, let's just give them a clean up, make them look somewhere near each other. Now, bang some holes in them. So I've tacked these two, and I've got them running the same as the springs either side. By chance, over in the land, I got some of this. It's about a 4 mil, so it's going to do. Grunty setup. I don't think it's going to move. Right, I'm going to finish off welding up this axle, get all these bits welded up properly now, and get them ground off, get the backs done, and get these tops done. Put this little cap on here, just roll it round, like so. Ready for some grinding. Right, this is starting to look like it now. Okay, well that's about it for this week, but I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please leave me a like and a comment. If you want to help me out and support the channel, please go over to the shop and get yourself a lovely Austin Crosley t-shirt. Anyway, massive thanks to Jim for all the cool tunes, and thanks for watching. I'll catch you dudes next time. Hang loose.